Good. Keep an eye out for stragglers. Let them clear the camp, then fire up number 2 before they reach the lumber site.
Copy that. Paper 2, on my go.
What about those saviors?
I just heard back from Sanctuary. None of the guys who walked off made it back home.
None of them?
No, and some of them had families. One guy had a new kid. There's no way they just up and left them.
Paper 2, do you read?
So what do you think is going on?
Yeah, I don't know, but the Sanctuary group's getting worried, and they're the only ones here without guns,
Yeah,
so...
well, we disarmed Sanctuary for a reason.
Paper 2, this is Eye in the Sky. Come in, please.
Why'd you bring us here?
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jarrell.
And I am Josh, and today we're here to go over episode 2 of The Walking Dead predictions.
The bridge.
The bridge, yes.
The bridge. So a little bit of business. Make sure if you enjoyed this video to hit that like button. It'll help support the channel and also show your support, and we would truly appreciate it. So let us get into it.
Yeah, so we got a couple questions from our subscribers in our review of episode 1, A New Beginning. And we're going to answer those questions. But first, we are going to watch the trailer for episode 2, The Bridge, and give our thoughts after we answer the questions.
Let's do it.
All right.
Next.
On the next episode of The Walking Dead.
I don't like it either, but we're all on the same side. Are we though? Well, you tell me.
That's the trailer.
We need to start talking about making some rules.
A horde's coming!
The Sanctuary group's scared.
We'll make sure they're protected.
They work for you, and you protect them. What does that sound like to you?
You're not saving the world. You're just getting it ready for me.
Stream episodes and extras on
Gonna get to see some Negan.
Yes.
Synopsis time?
Yeah, we'll read the synopsis and we'll get into the Q&A.
All right, so episode 2, The Bridge. The communities join forces to restore a bridge that will facilitate communication and trade. Someone is gravely injured at the construction site.
Is it Rick Grimes?
Gravely injured. That means they are in their grave, pretty much.
Well,
No.
as we've seen from the trailer, you know, we've seen Rick is injured, but he may not be the gravely injured person.
If we get 4 episodes of Rick Grimes slowly dying, that is a blow to the gut, man. That is like a punch in the face.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Anyway, so let's go into the prediction questions.
Yep.
And then we'll go into our own predictions.
Sweet. All right.
All right. So first one is from
Heidi. I can't pronounce her last name. It's
Come
Finnish, so we
on.
can't do... No.
Anyway, Heidi always asks the best questions, honestly. I'll let you go ahead and...
All right, so she asks, do you think Maggie will calm down, or is it possible that she does something that starts a chain of events that later leads to Rick's possible death or her possibly leaving the hilltop? So, kind of in her example, she's not meaning that she would kill Rick.
Yeah,
in
not
her
first-hand kill.
Right, her example is, in the trailer, you see Maggie and Daryl with a gas can, and the fire spreading in another scene, you can see someone's boots. Could be Rick's boots. Maybe Maggie and Daryl are starting a fire in Negan's cell, and Rick's trying to save him, and, you know, that leads to the events of maybe something happening. So, to the first question, part of the question, yes, I think Maggie will eventually calm down, but where she is right now, where we saw her in episode 1, she now is telling Rick, now it's time for you to follow me. She's like, it's time now. And she said it's changing, because she said it right to his face.
Yeah, I know.
But I do think eventually she will kind of ease off of that. I mean, she's kind of calm already. You know, she already told Rick she doesn't want to visit Alexandria, of course. But then we have to figure out how Daryl's going to come into this equation. So Daryl's going to be heading back to Hilltop. So those two are going to start talking again.
Yeah.
About, you know, her overall plan from the end of season 8. So
yeah, I too think that she is going to calm down. And again, she mostly has calmed down.
Yeah.
If she wasn't calm, Rick probably wouldn't be allowed in the Hilltop.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't be having casual conversation with him about Herschel and, you know, life, right?
Exactly.
I think that no matter what, in the end, she's going to end up supporting Rick. I think that we will get the iconic line, "I believe in Rick Grimes," from Maggie, but it will take Rick Grimes dying in order to do that.
Yeah.
To the question about, or to the comment about will she set off a chain of events that will eventually lead to the death of Rick Grimes? That's very interesting. It's very interesting. With the gas can, it almost seemed like she was coming out of the woods with Daryl, and we get previous shots in this trailer, especially of our crew in the camps in the woods. Because there's the bridge, and then off in the distance or off to the side of the bridge is the wooded area where they would probably camp directly near, the construction site. Furthermore, we have those logs, which we initially thought were traps.
Right.
Those are actually the wood for the bridge.
Wood for the bridge, and also they also have that piled up for like the traps for the walkers as well.
I don't know.
But
anyway,
I know the scene that she's talking about is where we see the fire spreading on a concrete floor. So that, it was, we don't know where that is. It's, could it be the jail cell where they're like, screw it, let's just go kill Negan. Let's go visit Alexandria. We'll bring the gas cans, or we'll go sneak in there and we'll kill Negan.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so. But one thing I do want to bring up is, so Daryl's going back to the hilltop, but first when he gets back to the hilltop, he's going to hear about the charter to build the bridge. Yeah. And we see him in the trailer helping build the bridge, also witnessing the pushing of Ben and the fight ensues with the Savior. So furthermore, he's fighting with individuals at the camp. And we get the conversation of him and Rick talking about, whose side is on, whose side, that Rick's on, or
right.
Everything's not well, I think is basically the gist of that conversation.
Yeah.
But all this tension is going to bring Daryl to the boiling point.
Oh, he says we're on the same side, or Rick says we're on the same side. Daryl says no, we're not, and that's when Rick's like, well, you tell me, or something like that. Yeah.
So I think that all that tension is going to bring Daryl just to the boiling point. And that's probably, if anything, is going to cause him and Maggie then to do something.
And I think in this episode, we're going to see, I kind of saw like a part of a little sneak peek of the next episode. It was part of the next episode trailer, and it went into the sneak peek, so I stopped it. They are going to be getting attacked by walkers. There's going to be a herd coming.
Yeah.
So that's what part of those logs are there for, because we've seen in the trailer where they release them and they go tumbling down.
Yeah, but I think they release them because they don't have a choice.
It's possible,
because they realize that that's a way to get rid of them quickly, not necessarily designed for a trap. I think that whole log area was designed as a place to get their wood.
To get the wood,
for the bridge, and they make it close to the bridge.
So as the walkers come, they're like, we gotta set some traps, or let the logs go, because then the walkers will be crushed.
Yeah. So to the last part of Heidi's comment about Negan and Rick saving Negan, I would love that.
That'd be great.
Rick saving Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick.
Well, Rick saving Negan. Yeah.
Rick saving Negan, I think, would be an awesome addition to kind of the complexity of the situation, because here's Negan boasting that, hey, you're just getting this crap ready for me,
right.
And in the end, Rick saves his life again. And I think that sets it off for, because in my opinion, I think eventually Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to be one of the lead characters in the show after Rick leaves. So thus springboarding Negan to be a main character. And you can't be a main character if, you don't have some type of redeeming quality.
Basically changing him how he changed in the comics.
Yeah.
After the Whisperer War. So I mean, I could definitely see that.
In the comics, for those of you that do not know, and spoiler alert, stop here if you do want to read the comics and not be spoiled on the content. Negan and Rick form a close bond. Rick doesn't really like him too much, but they form a close bond with each other throughout, the issues after All Out War and A New Beginning.
Yep. So our next question comes from DailyDeadNation. He has got a channel. Check him out. He's got some great content. Does a lot of Walking Dead as well.
What was your favorite scene from the premiere episode? And after watching the premiere, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you guys for episode 2? 10 being super fucking excited. I'll say it.
Favorite scene from the premiere. I would have to say,
you didn't think about this before, did you?
Not before. Well, kind of. I actually love the beginning. I love the whole museum scene. I really did. Just, you know, it got a lot of action and got your blood flowing and everything. But I really liked. Yeah, that was kind of my best
favorite?
right now.
I got one already.
Yeah, go ahead.
My favorite scene was the famous Rick Grimes walking into the sanctuary.
It was quick,
and everyone talking about him.
Yeah.
It really just gave you a sense of this guy is really the whole reason why these communities are there today and why the world is where it is today, making a rebound. And he saved everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that scene just instills that belief in Rick Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if only everyone could believe in Rick Grimes at this point.
Right.
But yes, I loved that scene.
Yeah. I would say my second favorite scene was seeing the comic book death of Gregory. Just seeing that and Maggie kind of really taking over how she, you know, really is in the comics as well. Just badass. That was my second.
The
favorite
look
scene,
of worry on her face after Glenn's grave was mentioned. That was pure. Just the acting on that was
fear.
Amazing. Yeah, because just the look on her face when she found out that her late husband's grave was defiled. That was brutal.
Yeah. So, I will have to say I am a 10 to the max, super duper fucking excited for episode 2. Absolutely.
I'm gonna say I'm a 2.
A 2?
I'm joking. No, I am a 10. I'm excited. It will be a 10 for every episode.
I'm excited for every single episode.
Mm-hmm.
Every single episode.
I honestly, I just want it to be episode 6 to 8 already.
I don't want it to go that fast.
I do, because I want to know what happens. It's driving me nuts.
We want to know what happens to Rick, but I don't want it to get that fast. But and then it gets closer to us being introduced to Alpha and Beta and the Whisperers. So it's like, you know, more is going to happen. But yes, that episode 5 and 6 and 7, it's gonna be tough.
Let's go into a prediction about who is gravely injured at the construction site.
So besides Rick, you know, he does get injured, but not great. I wouldn't say gravely. Who gets gravely injured? If they're putting that word in the synopsis, it has to be one of the survivors. I don't know who. It's got to be somebody.
I think it's Ben. I think the guy pushing over Ben,
and then he tripped.
Maybe he gets caught up in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, we saw him trip somebody.
Yeah,
close to the beginning of the fight.
That would surely piss off a lot of people if he is hurt.
Do you think it could be Carol? Because we've seen Carol pointing a gun at one of the guys of the Saviors, and he looks like he wants to go get it.
And I'm kind of going to backtrack from Ben now at this point, because the whole phrase "someone is gravely injured at the construction site," that's like on the brink of. I read that as in on the brink of death.
Gravely could be, yes, it could be in serious condition. It could be where you could be fine, or serious condition to where you're dying.
And I think Carol's gun pointing incident is kind of close to this episode.
It seems close. Like they're kind of like in the woods area, like, you know.
And that's too close to have a grave injury and still be pointing a gun at someone.
Right. Yeah.
Ben, I don't know if they would go.
I don't know if they do
There's
that.
too much to that character right now.
Because her and Ezekiel are going to be kind of getting close to being married. Ben is like their adoptive son.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they would do that.
I don't think so either.
But I don't know.
They just killed his brother last season. So.
Yeah. I don't know who it would be.
Rick.
Because we haven't seen.
I just can't see it's Rick because we still have 4 episodes of the 6 episodes of the mid-season, and if he's only going to be in 6 episodes, like there's still quite a bit of Rick left, and I can't see that you're going to gravely injure him already because he's on the motorcycle with Daryl. Maybe that's driving to the bridge. Maybe that's in this episode. I don't see him getting hurt.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know the survivors of who is going to be working on the bridge, so we can't. It's hard to say.
Well, we know that Aaron's there.
We do know that some of them that we see in the campground shot. So we know Laura, Arat.
They're not survivors.
You know, well,
they're saviors.
They're to me they're more on the survivor side.
They are.
Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Aaron's there.
No, he won't. He won't. I don't think Aaron
It looks like he saved someone's life as the logs are coming down. He pushes them out of the way.
Pushes them out of the way. Yeah.
Wonder if that's Jesus. I didn't get a quick shot on it. I don't think it was.
Didn't seem like Jesus. No. I don't know. That's going to be it's going to be very interesting to see if who's going to be gravely injured. If it's going to be somebody we're going to be like, holy shit, or, well, it sucks.
But you're right. I do think it's a survivor.
Yeah.
Because at this point, the key saviors are kind of in with the survivors now. Laura, Arad.
Yeah.
I don't see any savior, because at this point, if a savior gets hurt, so what?
Who cares? Yeah, you guys, let us know your thoughts on that before the season comes out on Sunday.
Yeah,
so
who
let
gets
us know your
gravely injured at the construction site? What happens? We know that there's tension going on in this episode between the saviors, who are probably pissed off that they have to bear the brunt of building this bridge.
Yeah.
And the tension between the survivors themselves, Daryl, Rick, Maggie.
Yeah. So let us know your thoughts, guys, and we are super excited for this episode. Stay tuned for our review coming on Tuesday. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, give the video a quick like, follow us at NocBro Nation on Twitter and Facebook, and we'll talk to you guys later. We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.